Yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I ended up in this situation. Unfortunately, this is where it happened at. Right here. I was laying right around this little spot somewhere, and he extract camped me from right up there. Now let's go up top, take a look, and then we'll talk about ways to avoid it. Now clearly, I should have come up here and checked this area out, but unfortunately, I didn't. It was late in the game, and I thought that me and my buddy were the only people left. The guy laid right up here, laid right here in these weeds, and when he heard us step up, he creeped over to the corner and killed us. Nice and easy, no problems. So what I could have done to avoid this was when I came across the island, or the beach here, I should have come up here, cleaned this area out. Unfortunately I didn't, and I ran straight to the extract. And that is my demise and why I died. I lost approximately 5 million worth of loot, and my buddy lost 12 million in gear. So make sure you always check your extracts. Now obviously at this time I hated this guy more than anything. I called his mother every name in the book. I even went back and watched some Game of Thrones to try and figure out some blood magic, but that's not proven beneficial yet. However, after a little bit of time of reflection, I realized that it's my fault that I got extract camped. And you don't hate the player, you hate the game, because it's part of the game. So just in case you've been living under a rock, or have never played extraction games, an extraction camper is a player who hides near extraction points, the spots where other players leave the map with their loot. Basically what they do is they wait for players to approach the exit. Often they're loaded with valuable gear, and when they get there, you ambush, killing them right before they extract. Then you get to take their loot, and maybe you get to extract from there. It's basically a predatory style that's considered cheap or scummy by many players, since it avoids real exploration or combat in favor of picking off tired, unsuspecting survivors at the very end. Now, for the most part, I have not had many issues with extraction campers in Arena Breakout Infinite. However, back in the days when I used to play a lot of Tarkov, it was a widely used practice, and one can understand why they would use that. You don't have to be the greatest FPS player. You don't have to be the greatest at anything. All you really have to do is have patience. But patience is also a skill of itself now, which a lot of players who play games like this do not have. And patience is a major skill in life, so maybe instead of hating the player, we should all learn a little bit of patience. Now let's take a second here and kind of break down where I went wrong. Alright, I spawned over here on the left side of the map. So that leaves me with, most of the time, these are guaranteed extract points. And here would be bunker, which has a possibility of opening. I never checked bunker. So when I was ready to extract, I was in this location right here. So I came across and went straight down to this extraction point. I had no patience, and I felt pretty safe that I was the only person left alive in the raid. Now, complacency and patience is what got me killed. What I should have done is, one, when I came through here earlier, I should have checked bunker. I should have made sure bunker was either open or not open. And if bunker was not open, I should have also looked at these other extraction points. But the issue with that is I didn't have enough patience. I wanted out of the raid. I had plenty of time to get out of the raid, but I wanted out of the raid now. And patience comes again, along with complacency. Normally, I would go up and check this area, because anybody that's ever been here knows that this is a really good place for a scenario like this to happen. Just so happened, he was there, and he was able to kill me. So, it was my fault that I'm dead. And patience and complacency is what happened. It wasn't his fault, because if I'd have went up behind him, I would have got him. But no, I went straight to the extraction point without even looking. Now, looking at it from his perspective, if I spawned up in this on the left side of the map, and say I was in this area, this is the most likely area that I will go to. That is the quickest extract point, that is the closest one to me. So, just so happened, this time it worked out in his favor. He caught me being impatient and complacent, and that's the two things that got me killed. With that being said, guys, there's no holy ground in extraction shooters. As long as you're in the game, you're a fair game, and you need to be expectant of any threats at any given time. I believe that there should be all different types of gameplay. I think we should have run and gun guys. I think we should have campers. I think we should have rats, and I think we should have extraction campers. Fortunately, I haven't seen a whole lot of extraction campers in Arena Breakout, but that's not to say that that time will never come. I know I got my bite just a couple days ago, and it hurt really bad when it happened, but now that I thought about it, I realized that it was my fault that he got me and I made it so easy for him. I've given you guys some tools and some insight on how to get away from being extract camped and how to keep from being extract camped. You gotta stay vigilant and you gotta stay ready. You always gotta be watching. Good luck and good loot.